Hello everyone, I recently talked about the asylum process and provided an essential guide for navigating the application phase. In this video, I'll be diving more in depth into the asylum interview. If you've applied for asylum in the US, you're probably aware that you have a long waiting period until you get the interview, which is frustrating, but also gives you plenty of time to prepare. As an immigration lawyer, I've been through countless interviews myself, so here are my best preparation tips to help you tackle the interview with confidence. Let's dive in. The asylum interview is a detailed examination of your reasons for seeking refuge in the United States. You'll be questioned by a trained officer who evaluates the credibility of your claims based on your oral testimony and any supporting documents you provide. Be prepared to discuss specifics about your background, incidents of persecution, and any evidence that you have, like medical records or witness statements that support your narrative. This interview is pivotal in determining whether you qualify for asylum under US law. So how do you increase your chance of passing the asylum interview? Number 1. Document your story precisely. Begin by chronologically organizing the events that led you to seek asylum. Include dates, locations, and detailed descriptions of any threats or harm you encountered. This timeline is your foundation for a coherent and persuasive case, so make sure to get it right. Number 2, know the interview process. Familiarize yourself with the types of questions that might be asked and the role of the interpreter if you need one. Knowing what to expect will lower your anxiety and help you focus on your responses. Number 3, organize your evidence, and remember to gather and arrange all supporting evidence that corroborate your story. This can include police reports, medical records, letters of support, and any other documentation that can strengthen your claim. Number 4, practice your responses. Rehearse your answers to common interview questions with a trusted friend or an immigration lawyer who can provide feedback. The more practice, the more comfortable you will feel articulating your experiences. And last but not least, prioritize your well-being. The stress of reliving traumatic events can be overwhelming, so make sure to take care of your physical and mental health leading up to the interview. Rest well, eat properly, and consider talking to a counselor to help manage emotional stress. Following these tips will significantly help, but it's also equally important to be aware of the common pitfalls that could hurt your case. So here are some of the mistakes I see a lot of my clients making. The first one is giving vague or inconsistent answers. Discrepancies, even minor ones, can raise doubts about the authenticity of your story. For example, if you're asked about specific dates or events, your answer should align exactly with the details in your application. To avoid this, practice your testimony with someone who can help you refine and remember every critical detail. The second mistake is not preparing enough. Walking into your asylum interview without thorough preparation is never a good idea. You must know your story inside and out, not just memorized, but deeply understood, with all necessary documentation like police reports or medical records organized and ready to present. Consider mock interviews with a legal advisor to stimulate the pressure and formulate coherent responses. Another critical error is a misrepresentation of facts. Honesty is not just a moral obligation. It's a strategic one. Exaggerating your hardships or fabricating parts of your story can lead to a denial of your claim. Remember, credibility is key, and once lost, it's hard to regain. Always stick to the truth and let the facts speak for themselves. Lastly, do not overlook your physical and mental health. The stress of fleeing your home country and participating in such a high-stakes interview can take a toll. Poor health can affect your alertness and ability to answer questions effectively. Make sure to address any health issues beforehand and seek support for anxiety or trauma. Being at your best physically and mentally can make a significant difference in your composure and clarity during the interview. Now let's look at some of the most frequently asked questions that clients typically ask me before the interview. Question number 1. What if I don't understand a question during the interview? First, it is important to note that you must bring an interpreter to your interview if you do not speak English fluently. Regardless, if you don't understand the question, it's completely okay to ask for clarification. Saying something like, "Could you please rephrase that?" or "I don't understand the question," shows that you are engaged and committed to providing accurate answers. Misunderstandings can lead to responses that might misrepresent your situation, so always ensure you're clear on what's being asked. Question number 2. How early should I arrive for my interview? I always recommend my clients arrive at least 30 minutes early. This isn't just about punctuality. Those extra minutes give you a buffer to settle in, calm your nerves, and go over your notes one last time. Being early can also create a positive impression, showing that you take the process seriously. Question number 3. What is the appropriate dress code for the asylum interview? Just like a job interview, business casual is typically the way to go. You want to dress neatly. It shows respect for the process and can also enhance your confidence. You don't need to be overly formal, but clean and professional attire is advisable. Question number 4. What should I do if my asylum application is denied? A denial can be devastating, especially after years of waiting for the interview, but you'll have a second chance in immigration court. First, try to understand the reasons for the denial. This information is crucial for any next steps. Remember, each case is unique, and the right legal advice is indispensable for navigating your path moving forward. Question number 5. Can I bring someone with me to the asylum interview for support? You're allowed to bring a lawyer or a representative. Having legal representation can be incredibly beneficial. They not only provide support, but also help guide you through the process and advocate on your behalf. If you're feeling particularly anxious, discussing the presence of a support person with your lawyer can also be a good strategy. So there you have it, your guide for crushing the asylum interview. I hope this information helps you succeed and move to the next stage in your journey to becoming a U.S. citizen. Remember, clarity, honesty, and preparation will significantly impact the outcome of your interview. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content on navigating the immigration process. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos.